Hi, I'm Mike with Builders. Today we're stripping off a roof in Maryland. We're going to replace this with 30-pound felt and an architectural conventional shingle construction. We're going to put ice and water in all the valleys, drip edge on all the raked beams, replace the pipe collars. Hi, I'm Mike again with PG Builders. Today we're putting on a shingle roof. We've got it stripped down to the plywood sheathing, and this material here in the valley that we use is called ice and water shield. It's a self-adhered membrane. The bottom of it is sticky, so it sticks to the wood, and then we use that in conjunction with a 30-pound felt that you see being installed in the background. After that, we'll be putting shingles over this. So as you can see, the water that's coming down this valley has no way to penetrate beneath the shingles. The shingles will overlap each other in what's called a California cut, but there's no way the water can penetrate there. This is very crucial to use on any roof that you're having installed. Okay, now you can see that we've finished the roof here, and we have the two shingles intersecting, one lapping up underneath, the other coming down over top. And if you remember, we have the Weather Watch membrane in here protecting any water from penetrating the wood under the roof and getting inside. So that's how a valley's done properly, and you can see the end result. A lot of people ask me, what's a ridge vent? Well, a ridge vent is ideally the best way to ventilate your roof. Traditionally, you would have vents in the surface about a quarter of the way down the roof on either side, usually on the back of the roof. What a ridge vent does is it opens up the peak of the roof 1.5 inches on either side by cutting into the roof, so essentially opening this up. Then we're going to put a covering over that and a shingle over that. It allows the roof to ventilate through the peak, which is the optimum place to ventilate, because as everyone knows, heat rises. It then draws air in from the soffits, which are located at the eaves under the gutters, and it creates a nice flow, ventilating your attic and keeping it free from moisture. Now, as you can see, we've got the ridge vent cut either side of the peak, and we've got a nice 3.5 to 4 inch space where air can now ventilate. This square footage is going to be much greater than a couple square foot of vents would have provided. Right here we have approximately 34 feet of ridge vent, which provides an opening roughly 9 square feet, much more than you could ever hope to achieve with small roof vents on the back, and it's located in an optimal place to ventilate the attic. Got it? This is the GAF Cobra Roll ridge vent. There are many types of ridge vent. This just happens to be one of them. What it does is it covers that opening on either side, and we can then nail it down at the truss locations all along the ridge. This will then get a hip and ridge shingle over top of it, leaving only a slight profile that's barely detectable from the street, but it will allow all that air to ventilate right out through that mesh, but the mesh keeps bugs and insects, birds, and other unwanted pests out of your attic space. It's a simple solution. You can see the finished ridge vent here, and you can see underneath, if you look, you see that small area where you have the ridge vent, the Cobra Roll ridge vent, protecting bugs and insects from getting inside of your attic. But it allows the attic to breathe. It allows that air to escape, which is very important to get rid of heat and moisture. Now we have a finished roof and a finished ridge vent. If you remember from earlier, we have a Cobra Roll ridge vent, and then this specifically made cap shingle to match the shingles we have here on the roof on top. So it's basically imperceptible to people passing by in the street, but what we have here is a gap in the roof protected by the ridge vent from bugs and insects getting into your attic, but it allows that hot air and moisture to escape out of your attic and draw air in through the soffit vents underneath. This keeps your attic dry and cool, and it preserves the life of the plywood, which is supporting the roof altogether.